you accept people where they are. You buy into their potential, but you also need to buy into reality. And the
Right.
reality is that no matter how you show up, if they do not want to change, they will not change.
Welcome back to the podcast. I started this podcast as a way to help Black men in all aspects of our lives. Studies show on average we lose 2.8 years of our life when we're under heavy stress. And I think we can gain those 2.8 years back if we express ourselves healthily. Stick with me as I interview therapists, doctors, advocates, activists, and friends about how we can be better as Black men and as a Black community. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube and following us on Instagram and TikTok, you'll definitely want to do that. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. All right, y'all. We are back with Army. First of all, before we even get into the podcast, we are doing another in-person podcast. This is our second in-person podcast episode. This is the first one in New York. So you are the first guest that's in person in New York. I definitely wanted to have you, bro, because we've had some conversations and I know all the great work that you're doing. I feel like you got a dope story, bro. You're the executive director of Emergent Works, but you do a lot more than that, and you've done a lot more than that, bro. So I want to just hop straight into it because we were talking in the precursor, right? And we were talking about your journey and your story, and you basically dealing with depression in 2016, right? So can you tell me what that period of your life was like, and like what kind of sparked that battle with depression that you were going through?
Yeah, and first of all, thank you for having me, family.
Of course.
Like, truly an honor. Love your platform. Love what you're doing.
Bring that mic closer, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love your platform. Love what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Really grateful to be here. But yeah, 2016, it was like, funny, I was just talking to somebody about it. It was just like dark. And I describe it as like, it was one of those things where you were in so much pain and it was physical.
Oh, it was physical for you?
No, but yes.
Okay.
Like I felt it.
Okay.
Right? Like I can feel that pain. Like I need to, there were times where I would just wake up and just have to get in the shower, right? Not, pause, but whatever. Like I would just have to get in the shower because the hot water was soothing, was helpful to, whatever I was feeling at the moment. And then, it just felt like there was no way out of suicidal thoughts or being bitter, being angry, and being violent. It just felt like the light at the end of the tunnel would have ended with me dying. Like that's how I felt.
So take me through that, bro. Like I remember you saying like you felt like people hated you.
Yeah.
And no matter what you did, it wasn't enough. Something along those lines.
Yeah,
Can you explain that? Yeah, like explain what you were kind of feeling, like the thoughts that you were having around that time, bro.
Yeah, it was just like you find yourself in a situation where your back is against the wall. The people that you think are gonna ride or be solid or not. And you have to take accountability for being in this season, right? So whatever you did to contribute to it, I got to eat that on top of, now walking in the wilderness alone when thinking I was in community. And, everything is a lesson. Like, these was gems that I had to figure out that God was placing me through this fire to figure out. But the reality was like when you in hell, it's just hot. But the only way to get through it is to keep going, right? So like every day you wake up and try to carve something out of what now is this horrible existence. So since I felt like, everyone hated me, since I felt like I was less than, I did not value myself. I didn't behave like I had value, and I didn't behave like other people had value, which led me to now perform for people's love, perform for people's trust, right? Like, you know what? If I show up for Kizu, he definitely going to like be my friend, right? Like, and I mean it too. Like, I'm really going to show up for you, but like the addition to it is like, I hope, this makes them like me or think that I'm a good person. Right. And I just like fell deep in a rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm glad you talk about performing, bro, because I just put up a post today. I said, Black man, make sure that they love you for who you are and not what you do. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of the times, bro, like a lot of men have identity crisis. Like they have
Yeah.
identity issues, and they do perform for love, right? Like, and when we feel like we're performing for that love, or we're doing things for the love, to receive love from other people, and we don't receive it, it hurts us,
Yeah.
right? And then we have people that go into extremes where it's like, well, you shouldn't expect anything from anybody, and you shouldn't, you shouldn't have standards. You shouldn't set these standards because people just gonna let you down. And my thought process with that is that it's okay for you to have standards. It's okay for you to
Yeah.
have expectations. Just know what they are.
Yeah.
And don't set your expectations so high to the point where it's like, if they don't get met, then you're upset and you
Yeah.
can't function.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my thought process is never that we should perform for anything, right? And I think when we start getting to the point where it's like we're performing, it's really detrimental to our mental, and it's detrimental to just our overall well-being, because there's a high likelihood that people don't even know, one, that we're performing, and two, that people are not going to reciprocate that energy just because that's just not who they are, or that's just not how they are. You get what I'm saying? It's not. It may not be that they're a bad person,
Yeah.
right? It just may be that's just not who they are. They're not ready. They're not able to reciprocate that energy that you're
Yep.
giving off. So
Yep.
I always want to talk about, whenever I hear about performing, always got to talk about that, bro.
That's real.
Because yeah, it is real, bro, and a lot of us go through it. Like when I put that post up, somebody was talking about how, like, he said he saw a post where Chris Rock was saying that that men aren't loved unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen that post too. And my thought process when it comes to that post is that nobody's loved unconditionally. Everybody got conditions, bro. Everybody got conditions, bro.
Nobody want to admit that shit.
Nobody
Like,
wants to admit that we all have conditions for the people that we love, bro.
Yeah.
We all have conditions, bro. It's not just men. Like if you ask a man, like when he's in a relationship with somebody, if that person cheats on you, what's going to happen? He's going to be like, oh, it's clipped.
That's a fact.
That's a condition, bro.
Yeah.
That's a condition. That don't make you a bad person. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, not at
all.
all.
But that's the reality of the matter. You don't love people unconditionally. Nobody really loves people unconditionally, bro.
And we should work towards it, though.
We should work towards
You know
it,
what I mean?
right? Here's the thing, right? My thing is, understand what your conditions are, and as long as they aren't detrimental to somebody else, we good. You know what I'm saying? If your conditions are, I have to perform for your love, that's detrimental to me.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
But if your conditions are, you stay loyal to me, and you stay a good person, and you stay the person that I know you to be, man, what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because that's my conditions for my girl, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's my conditions for the people that's around me. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that the problem is when we have conditions that aren't in alignment with what the person wants for their own life.
Yeah.
Then we get into the conversation of people trying to change people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's real. And that got to stop too.
Mhm.
Like, it's funny. Like I was having that convo the other day. It's like you accept people where they are. You buy into their potential, but you also need to buy into reality.
right.
And the reality is that no matter how you show up,
Mhm.
if they do not want to change, they will not change.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
like I learned from a pastor a long time ago that, he said unconditional love is when you love for no reason. There's no why. Right? Because if I have a why, if I have a reason, that means that it's limited to that. Like I love you because you love me. Right? So I love you because you show up for me. So what happens when they don't show up anymore? Do I still love them? And that's the unconditional love. So like, I do agree with like we all need to work on it, but I think some of us have those relationships. Like we have like mom and dad, like
Right, exactly.
they are versions of it, or our dog.
Right.
Like real talk. Like
Yeah.
there are versions of it, but but in terms of these relationships, they be so limited and people don't want to admit that. And like, I just think what you're talking about is standards and boundaries.
Facts,
Like
yeah.
now this is not the same generation. People know who they are to an extent, but that people definitely be knowing what they want though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. This is what I'm looking for. So when you have somebody that is clearly communicating and you kind of like, oh, I hear you, but like that NLE Chopper thing with that girl, like she was mad at him, for being polygamous. But he said that before they got together.
Okay.
And she was with it, but her plan didn't work, right? She was on live crying, but he's looking at her like, but but I communicated.
Right.
Like I did from the beginning too, not just,
In the middle
midway.
or
So
yeah.
it's like, we shouldn't do that. We should wish for the best, but you got to be willing to accept where people are, like in their potential. If it's not up to your standards and you want to play with fire, do not be upset.
Bro, you know what's so crazy? Like, I got a list of questions that I want to ask you, but I like where the conversation is flowing, so I'm going to keep it going. Man, I've been dealing with some family stuff. Not crazy family stuff, but you just know when you, like, I'm living at home right now, and it's just little stresses that's happening. I was talking to my therapist about it today, like just dealing with certain family members and having to come to the understanding that they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that I'm saying, no amount of conversations, no amount of my action is going to change who they are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And like, I've had to come to the point of just accepting them for who they are. And that's one of the biggest struggles that I have personally. And I feel like a lot of people have, is just accepting someone for who they are when you feel like they could be better and do better.
Yeah.
And like, I had the same conversation over and over and over again. I tried different routes, different approaches, and it's causing me stress because now I'm at the point where it's like, bro, you want this more for this person than they do.
Yeah.
They don't
and that's
want
the unhealthy boundary.
Yeah, that's that's unhealthy. And that creates stress and friction in that relationship when it doesn't need to be that way. Right? Like, you need to accept them for who they are.
Yeah.
And I got to that point with my therapist where I was just like, yo, bro, like, I really got to accept this family member. And I'm coming to that point where it's like, I really have to just understand that this is who they are. There's so many different pieces of evidence that points to the fact that this is who they are.
Not facts.
And you want them to be something else because you feel like they should be.
Yeah.
And what my therapist would say, anytime I say should, she says you should know yourself.
Yeah.
Because a should means that you have an expectation for someone that they may not have for themselves.
Yeah, that's real.
It's unfair to them and it's unfair to you.
Real talk.
You get what I'm saying?
Real
because
talk.
It's unfair to them because they don't know. And it's unfair to you because now you're putting yourself in a reality that this person is not even aware of. And
100%.
you're making expectations based off of that reality.
Cognitive distortion, people, please. We
Break
gotta
it down.
get it
Break
together.
it down. Break it
Like,
down.
we really convince ourselves of things that's not real. You know what I'm saying? We have these high expectations of people. Humans are human. And like, all of us are selfish by nature, from my understanding, right? And it's not like, you ever think about people cheating, right? It's not always oh, you aren't doing something. It's I'm selfish. I'm making a decision that is going to hurt us, right? And like, we got to realize that when, like, I have family like that too. And like, I've learned to love them from across the street. Siblings and all. I love you from across the street.
Facts.
My siblings just got my phone number this year. My pops too. After 6 years, they just got my phone number. They was not allowed to talk to me because my boundaries was that strong. You
I like
feel
that.
what I'm
I
saying?
like that for you.
And that was it was tough healing, but now they in a group chat. They carrying it. They'll probably see this, and I respect that. But the reality was, like, I needed to put a clear distance because I needed to heal, and the way that our relationships were interacting and our expectations for one another, it was just not healthy. So, you had to remove yourself, and, I love you, but I'm just across the street this time.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. I got some family members. I got some friends that's like that. I got a lot of people that's like that. You have to be able to set those boundaries for your own peace, bro. And speaking of healing, bro, you talked about how you dealt with a lot of like anger and bitterness in that season where you were depressed, and you felt like that kind of kept you away from your healing. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I just, and I still have remnants of it now. It's just like, when you go through certain betrayal, like, there's nothing can unpack it. There's that love and hate is a very thin line. So when you go from, I don't know if other people experience this, like, people snaking you, or like, we talk about people stabbing you behind your back. But have you ever really been betrayed? That shit ruins you. Like, it ruins you in a place where, like, I didn't know this was possible because I would never. I could never move in this capacity. So now it's like, I don't trust these people But
Yeah.
these people start to bleed into everyone because,
Facts.
whoa, you just answered that question like somebody I don't like. Now I don't trust you. Like now it's like this ripple effect, and the bitterness literally was making me ill. Like I was so violent. I would look for people to, argue with or fight with, or, like I remember one time this guy came in the store with a gun, wanting to shoot it up. And I was so far in depression. Bro, I'm in there. Can I buy toilet paper? Like while this guy is trying to rob it, right? I'm like, yo, here's the money, da-da-da-da. He not talking to me. Like I'm telling him, like, he's not talking to me. Like I'm out of here. So you're going to do what you're going to do. But it was just like, I was in this place of not trying to be like super tough a gangster. I just didn't value myself. So like all of that bitterness, it corrodes you, and then it starts corroding the relationships around you that are healthy.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's when you start waking up, because it's like, whoa, hold on. All right.
Yeah,
like,
I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm glad you talked about that story of being in the store, somebody trying to rob it, bro. Because that's a perfect example of reckless behavior caused by you not being in the best mental state. And not really caring about your life or really the lives of other people either. You know what I'm saying? Like I read in a book like about suicide. Suicide isn't always somebody taking their life. A lot of people die by suicide just by reckless behavior, knowing that they're being reckless, driving crazy because they just don't care about their lives. Or being in the store, knowing that somebody has a gun on them, talking to them all crazy just because they don't care. Like just reckless behavior because they don't really care about their life because they're so down bad, bro. So I'm glad you mentioned that because, bro, a lot of us as Black men, like, have probably gone through that or are going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like I remember when I was younger, like there'll be times where if I get like super upset or something, I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to say something to me. Today, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna punch him in the, like, why am I going outside like that, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I going outside hoping that I can fight somebody? That's actually nuts.
We didn't have the tools to deal with the energy.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. And like what I found now is that like once you have a process for like regulating your emotions and like really processing them, there's really no need for you to be in a constant state of anger.
Yeah.
Like I get angry for like maybe 15, 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes is like long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes is like, all right, bro, you ODing. Now you need to come to a solution. You know what I'm saying? But for most part, like I really don't get angry for that long anymore because there's like I have a process for how I deal with it.
Yeah, that's fire.
I take my time. I identify why I'm angry. First of all, I validate the anger. First of all, you gotta validate.
Definitely.
You know,
there's nothing wrong with being angry.
Yeah,
it's just the actions gotta.
Yeah, you
relax.
can't be you know what I'm saying? Can't be punching people in the face, bro. But yeah, like I take my time. I validate myself first. I'm like, yo, bro, it's okay for you to be angry, but why are you angry right now? What's going on, right? Then I go through the situation. I'm like, okay, this and this happened, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to do from here, right? Do you want to address the situation? Do you want to like talk through it? Do you want to journal? How do you want to deal with this, right? And then I choose my course of action, right? Most of the times it's like, all right, talk to my girl about it, vent to her for like 15 minutes about it, and then come to a solution together, right? Like now, after I vent, I'm in a clear and rational mind. Now I'm able to come to a solution versus in the past reacting off of that anger. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many times where it's like, I'm right in being angry, but my action from that anger would be wrong.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And a lot of times we don't take that time to assess. So our action is wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with being angry. Yeah. You're okay to be angry. It's valid for you to be angry. But when you don't have a process for dealing with that anger, the action that comes as a result of that anger is then wrong. So I've learned to come up with a process so I'm not in my anger for as long. And so that also the actions following that anger are valid and it's not leading me to a reality that I don't want to be in. Because that's what I always tell people, like emotional responses, bro, they'll put you in a permanent reality based off a temporary emotion, bro.
I mean, look at
you don't want to be in that. Yeah.
Look at prison system. You know what I mean? It's like the reality is like emotional intelligence is something that was not taught to us as black men, and we were taught to toughen up. We were taught to hide how we felt. But the realest thing I could ever do is express how I feel. And whether that's, I had to figure out, and I still am working through this a lot, how to express myself passionately, but not violently, right? Okay. To make sure that I only address stuff if I have a solution.
Okay.
Like you should be, like if we have a quarrel and I don't bring a solution, I kind of wipe my hands with you in the situation, because I'm very solution oriented, because I feel like through chaos is alignment. Okay. Right. So if we, you have tough times with your mans and them, it's like, nah, like let's get aligned. Let's get realigned here. This is what I meant. You feel me? So pardon me if I, said something that was offensive. And like, I think that's because like I'm in tune with myself. I'm in tune with how I feel and like why I feel something. Right. And I'm real about it. Like if it's small, if it's petty, or if it's real. And then I double check and triple check, like, yo, this is not your ego. Like, you sure this is not ego? Yo. And like, you got to ask that question when you get upset. Because a lot of it, yo, you ever got upset and it like no one saw or heard whatever, right? Like a guy in the car flips you off. That used to ruin my day, bro. I'm like, yo, are you shitting me? Are you serious? And like my pride is so hurt because I feel like the world just watched me get disrespected, and now I need to like release that anger. And reality is,
it's only you and him.
I'm never going to see this person again.
And that's facts.
Yeah. I'm literally never going to see you again. So why would I even take that personal? But those are the moments, and those are literally the moments that are sending our young people to jail. 85% of the juveniles in Brooklyn and the Bronx is for murder or attempt.
Yo, word?
Right now, today. If it ain't murder, it's attempt murder. If it ain't attempt murder, it's the gun. There's no more fighting, stealing. Remember, it was stealing sidekicks and iPhones. Yeah. Bruh, can somebody boost again? Because this is ridiculous. You feel me? And that is a result of poor emotional intelligence.
Yo, that's wild. I did not know that, bro.
Word, bro. The drill, that stuff is real, and it's really reflecting in every generation. Like, we really have to stop and train our emotions. Like, that's what I've been doing in this season. Training my emotions. How do I react to this? All right, cool. I need to breathe first. Bet. I'm breathing first. Oh, this is very triggering. I need a soundboard. I need someone to call. Cool. Let me make that call before I respond. These are real things that, these are tools that you can use and strategies to use to teach yourself how to react.
Right.
Not feel, because our feelings, it be the truth. Find out why you really feel that way.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm glad you mentioned that, bro. Because I had a post the other day when Takeoff got murdered. I was like, rap is not the only reason why, black men or black people will be out here being violent. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna have to double take, because I was trying to make the point that like rap music, like, while it's a problem, it's not the only problem. But I do feel like it's bigger of a problem than I made it seem in that post. And I always think about that post whenever I hear stuff like this. I'm like, damn, bro, like, nah, it really is an issue. Like,
that was emotional intelligence. Like,
yeah, but
they were upset over words.
Yeah.
Takeoff is gone because of words.
Yeah, bro.
Like, for real.
That's wild, bro, to actually think about. Like, and that's why I talk about de-escalating conflict and conflict resolution a lot.
Key.
Bro.
Yeah.
As black men, bro, we do not know how to de-escalate conflict without violence.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Like, violence becomes the go-to solution.
Yeah.
It's, we got a conflict, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Yeah.
I'm not even fuck him up no more. It used to be fuck him up.
Nah, for real.
Now it's kill him.
De-escalation saved my life. Like, I'm literally survived gun wars and gang wars because I'm smarter than a lot of people.
Yeah, you know how to de-escalate.
Well, I would go to my top op, and next thing you know, he works for me. Like, bro, this happens.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
I've had situations, I'm not in like life-threatening situations, but situations where it could have definitely turned into a fight or
Yeah.
something crazy. And I know how to talk my way out of it.
Yeah, every
You know what I'm
time.
Yo, and the thing is, people assume that you knowing how to talk your way out of stuff is you being pussy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know
I
what's
already
coming.
knew
You
it was
knew it's
coming, bro.
coming. You knew
I
it's
know it was
coming. You
coming.
knew it's
That's what I'm
a
saying.
skill.
You're actually
Smart. Yeah, you're
the
smart, bro.
smartest.
You're the smartest in the room when you know
Yeah.
how to talk your way out of everything. That
Yeah.
means you could talk your way into stuff too. That's a business
and that's
skill,
the
bro.
problem.
Yeah.
But you got to use the superpower for
but
good.
you have to use it exactly.
Because it could be manipulation, but that's another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But people with emotional intelligence know that they could be manipulative.
Yes.
Like, so I had to like heal through that. And now I try to use it, for something better. But yes, you're spot on, bro.
Yeah. I know
You're
you
spot
tapped
on.
in. I know you tapped in, bro.
But the reality is that you're not. And like the escalating situation actually puts you in a better position because you're like my brother Cry. Like you can't fight Cry. You can't argue with Cry. He has 9 legal guns. He's not going to argue with you because he knows he has 9 legal guns. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's a different humility and a different reserve. Bro, I'm going to de-escalate this because if I escalate it, I will legally probably end your life. You feel what I'm saying? I feel threatened. Bow. Like there's states that's okay.
Possible. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he lives in those states. So it's like you de-escalate because you recognize your value, your time, and you recognize that whatever physicality that we're going to get into is really not worth it. Right. Especially when you're a man of standard and a man of character and value, not a man of perfection, but of standard and value of character.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be outside just tussling.
Bro,
and like,
that's a fact.
It doesn't matter. And I'm talking to myself too. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm still growing through a lot. But like, I know that though. You know what I'm saying? No matter how tight I get, I know that. You cannot stand up on these platforms and represent us in a certain light and then go outside and be tussling because like, what are we really saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? And that this is the generation that I want leaders to hold me accountable, and I'm gonna hold leaders and people with platforms accountable to us being the men that we say we are. Yeah. That doesn't mean that, we're not going to make mistakes, but I'm saying if we really about community and healing, let's exemplify that for like what they used to do. Let's take care of the community like they used to do. Let's make sure Black men can get, mental health services like they never did. So
I was say you can't say they used to do that. Yeah, they didn't do that. We just started that.
And you see what I'm saying? Shift the paradigm, because if it starts with this number, where you gonna be in 10 years?
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Yo, so speaking of like shifting the paradigm, like obviously you made a big shift in your life, right? Like, how did you get to this point? Because obviously we just talked about you in 2016 dealing with depression, going through the process of like having suicidal ideations, like reckless behavior, violence, all that kind of stuff, and now you're more emotionally intelligent. You're going through your healing journey. So like, how did that process happen for you?
I had to recognize the people that was around me, especially like my partner. I had to recognize the people that was around me that was pouring into me, and I had to be okay with it. I had to be okay that it wasn't the way that I wanted it, and that people were giving their best. And if it was 3, be okay with that. Well, I was looking past them. There were days, they would be very upset, and pardon me, I'm saying they because I count this small village, but like members of my village would be upset because I would always say nobody cares, nobody loves me, and they're just like, bro, hey, I'm notorious for that. But what I was really saying is these people that I expected to love me and care about me, who y'all not even thinking about or know about, but I'm talking about my mom dying. I'm talking about the abandonment, me being an orphan. Those people, like, always, that they trigger me. So I'm thinking about them and talking about them. And then, it was my faith, my faith in Christ and faith in God. And just believing that I would pray. Because I had, like, before before that season, my life was perfect, right? Like, I mean, not perfect, but that part of my adulthood was lit. Like, I'm traveling, I'm making money from music, you know, I'm doing my thing, you know, no real guidance. A young man that was successful, and like coming from that to now damn near destitution, and like, you know, being in that place, I needed something to hold on to.
Right.
And that was my faith. And like, God, no, I'm not accepting this. I don't care, you know, what circumstance I'm in right now, but I'm not accepting this. So my last thing would be my stubbornness. So the village, Christ, in no real order, but my stubbornness was, I'm not accepting this. I know where I'm at, but there has to be. So I hung on for 4 years. Like, literally, I was a shell of myself. It's disgusting. Like, I was sick, like I lost weight, gained weight. It was really just, I can't even like look at pictures from that time era, but like I just kept waking up, and like I would pray like, God, don't wake me up today or tomorrow. Take 7, 8 pills, just, you know, try to, you know, get up out of here. But the reality was like there was something else on the other side. And like if I could just wake up enough time to find myself on the other side, then I knew that I would be all right. And, you know, prayed and was like, God, you know, you pray those, God, if you get me out of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We all do that stuff. But like when you really commit to it, things shift. And a lot of it was answering the tough questions that you can only talk to you and God about. You know what I'm saying? And like, if we don't have those real convo, like I'm very real with myself. Like I don't care good, bad, or ugly. I'm very honest with myself. You know what I mean? And that allows me to heal because I check myself a lot. Because I want to show up, not in a performance way, but I want to show up healed. That revenge. That's
a different.
That's them coming back after 6 years. Like, who was my brother? Like, wait, my sister, like, so my pops came in the new office, you know, after all of that time, came in the new office, my sister on FaceTime, like, oh, what floor he work on? You know, my pop said he got the whole building. You know how that makes me feel, like being healed and successful after y'all watch, they left me on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Trying to commit suicide. So like that day to this day, 6 years later, it's like healing is the best revenge.
That's a bar.
Yo, bro, you know that though. You know that.
Yeah, I know that firsthand, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I ain't gonna say no names.
Nah, for real.
But definitely went through some things. I'm like, okay, cool, copy. And now I think about that time, man, it's crazy. I think about getting cheated on, right? So after I got cheated on, when I found out, I went on IG. I was listening to a Rod Wave song. I forgot what Rod Wave song. You listen to Rod Wave?
Yeah, why you set yourself up for failure? Like, you know you gonna trigger your heartstrings.
Yeah, that's fact. I had to, you know what I'm saying? So I was listening to Rod Wave. I was emotional as hell. And I posted the song on IG with a heartbreak emoji. And I remember some of her friends went and looked at my story. Mind you, these were guys. They were on a trip with her when she cheated. And these guys weren't following me at the time. So it's like, I really was just peeping my story to see if I found out that she cheated. And when I saw that they watched my story, first of all, I blocked all of them. I'm like, come on. Bro,
immediately.
But then immediately I felt embarrassed and ashamed and all these different feelings like,
Rightfully
damn,
so.
like y'all niggas was playing me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like
That'd be the biggest thing. And sometimes it's like the act of, all right, but why y'all trying to play me?
Like, and I felt like my ego, son, it was like my ego was sitting right next to me. And it was like, bro, we just got fucked up and you let this happen, bro. So this whole time I got like my ego talking to me like, bro, you just got us fucked up, bro, in this situation. And I'm thinking to myself like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, blah, blah, yada, yada. I'm gonna mess with one of Shorty's friends. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking all these wild scenarios. And I tried to enact some of them. And I probably could have went through with some of those situations. But what I realized is like, yo, bro, you need to be in therapy, bro. You don't need to be trying to have sex with all these different people. You don't need to be trying to mess with Shorty's friends. You don't need to be trying to do all these things to enact revenge. You need to be in therapy. And once I really started focusing on me, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to focus on hurting her. Things changed completely, bro. And now, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how things are perceived. I don't care how people look at me. I don't care if this is seen as revenge or not seen as revenge.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm happy. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
real
I'm
talk.
genuinely happy with my life.
Real talk.
I'm a completely different person than I was when I was going through what I was going through, bro. And I want to ask you, like, you mentioned a lot of things, bro. What you didn't mention was therapy. Did you go
Yeah.
to therapy at all?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
hmm
I
How
did
was
go to
that?
therapy,
How was that for you?
and it was a little turbulent because like then you realize you got to find the right one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I went to a few. Some people, prescribed me some stuff.
hmm
Didn't like that,
hmm
but
Oh, you got prescribed medication for like depression?
yeah.
Mhm.
And like I don't. They just want to throw you on pills and stuff. Like
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Mhm.
But one thing that communicating,
Mm.
I needed to communicate.
You need to get it out. You need to
And
express.
yeah,
Yeah.
needed to express it, needed to be honest, and that allowed me to invest more in therapeutic practices.
Mhm.
Because my schedule when I started healing, my career picked back up. So like
Mhm.
my schedule started, spreading out. So I had to invest more in some therapeutic practices like journaling and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Even till this day, I still have a list of new therapists that I'm looking for because I just
Word.
changed
Okay.
over the summer because
Okay.
I just wasn't like there
You
was
wasn't
just a
feeling it? It was
disconnect.
a
Like I'm like,
disconnect.
what is going
Were they
on?
white?
No, actually,
Oh, black.
a
Black
woman
man?
of color.
Black woman. Okay.
Yeah. So no, women of color.
Woman of color. Okay.
Like, I wanna.
So I wanted to
She wasn't
see.
a black
So
woman.
this is why. This is
Um,
why. This is why.
So I have a
asked.
list of black women now,
Yeah.
but what started it was I sat down with the pastor's wife, who was the therapist, and I remember sharing, right?
Mhm.
And you talking your mess, right?
Mhm.
I remember sharing, and her response was so light.
Mhm.
It was like, these people was broken before you met them, right?
Yo, my therapist hit
Like
me
it
with
took,
that before too. Yeah.
it like took, like I came in with heavy, right?
Mhm.
Like this is all me. Like I'm broken. I'm hurting. I'm the worst.
Mhm.
And she was just like,
Mhm.
people are broken,
Mhm.
and because of that, we can break each other, right? Like we can damage each other, and like that's what encouraged me to go talk to people, therapists. It was that moment, So, but I had my therapist journey is so all over the place because it went from okay, I need a Christian therapist to nah, I don't go to church no more, so I don't want that point of view.
Right.
To like, I need a therapist. To wait, I need a woman because I identify better and learn better from women. But then it's like, whoa, I need a black woman because y'all are just getting me tight now. You know what I'm saying? So, I do encourage it. I do champion it, but I champion you finding, and I see a lot of your languages around this too, finding the right therapist.
Yeah.
Finding somebody to really build with.
Yeah, I call it finding a dope black therapist.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you said that because I'm about to just do a quick ad.
Please.
But yeah, absolutely. So y'all already know if y'all listening to the podcast, if y'all on the platform, you know what I'm saying? Like I do the free webinar, right? We have another one January 28th at 6 p.m. That's a Saturday. That's next year, obviously. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be teaching black people specifically, black men primarily, how to find a dope black therapist.
Fire.
That's completely free. We've done it 3 times. We've done it like 5 times. We did 3 times in November. We've had over like 1,000 black men register.
Wow.
Not all of them attend, but they register, so they're definitely interested, right? They're definitely interested. And what we do is inside of the webinar, we take them through the process of finding a black therapist where you want to look. That's not Google and calling your insurance provider because those aren't really good options a lot of the times. Where you want to look, what makes up like what you're looking for, right? And how to know, you find a therapist or find a good one. And on top of that, why it's so hard to find a black therapist. And then what we do as well is we give men the opportunity that are inside of the webinar, that ones that actually attend, we give them the opportunity to get paired with a black therapist through Safe Haven. So in Safe Haven, we have a low-cost therapy program. Right now, the therapy sessions are $75 per session. It's all virtual, and we'll pair you with a therapist inside of Safe Haven. So we'll pair you with a black therapist inside of Safe Haven. You just got to give your preferences, what you're going through, that kind of stuff, and then we'll find somebody in our network, and that's through a partnership that we have. So yeah, man, if you guys are interested, if you're looking for a therapist, if you can't find one, if it's been a struggle for you, it doesn't have to be a struggle. Let us take you through the process. And then if you want that opportunity to be paired with a Black therapist, definitely register. So the link is in my bio and Express Yourself Black Man. If you are not on Instagram for any reason, then you can go to expressyourselfblackman.com/links, LINKS. And the link will be there. You'll be able to find the webinar and register. It takes 30 seconds to register. And all you got to do is pull up, and we'll give you all the information, all the gems, bro.
Pull up, tap into that. This is what we need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's an honor to be able to hold that webinar and to see so many men pull up. And it's actually entertaining. Like, I know a lot of people that give webinars, and it's like, you sitting there, you feel like you're in a lecture. You know what I'm saying? I don't give webinars that way. Like, I'm staying on slides for less than 1 minute. I'm showing you gifts. I'm showing you videos. I'm showing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like a presentation. Like, not a boring presentation, but like a real live, like, interactive presentation. I'm doing polls, surveys, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely fun. I enjoy teaching it. I know the people that have been there, that have attended, actually definitely enjoyed. Most of the times people come and stay for the entire thing, right? And a lot of times, like, people do not normally, like, anybody that does webinars, they'll tell you, like, one of the hardest things is to get somebody to stay inside of a webinar.
Yeah.
Like,
people always in and out.
Yeah, people always in and out. But that goes to show two things. One, I'm good at teaching it. I don't want to hype myself up, but
we got you.
One, I'm good at teaching it. But two, people are actually interested once they attend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When they attend, they're like, all right, cool, this is really for me. This is what I want to do. So definitely, if you're interested, if you're looking, if you haven't been able to make it in the past, pull up. And then just to want to add this one thing, we had it set up for January 14th. We had to reschedule for some issues that were going on our end. I apologize for that, but if you register for January 14th, please re-register for January 28th. And again, the link is in my IG bio. If you're not on IG, the link is expressyourselfblackman.com/links. That's LINKS. You can register right there. It takes less than 30 seconds. All right.
Tap in.
Yeah, tap in for sure. Tap in. So we were talking, bro, and you were telling me how first of all, you met Van Jones. And you were telling me how Van Jones was talking to you and trying to figure out, like, yo, how did you heal when it takes so many people, like, more than like 30 years and all these different, like, it takes such a long time for a lot of different people to go through their healing process. Like, so how did you go through yours, and what he thought of, like, as a relatively short time? So I wanted to ask you that same question because I feel like it's important for people to hear what you had to say about that. Yeah.
I was at a conference. I was at his conference, so I had to just drop a bomb. I was like, Christ, the audience was like, oh my gosh, right? And the reality is, people underestimate how strong your mind is. You know, you talk to somebody that's been in solitary confinement and ask them how they did 23-1 for 3 years straight. You feel what I'm saying?
23
hours and 1 hour outside of the cell for 3 years straight. And you talking to these people, and these are your coworkers. These are the people around us. These are normal, you know, citizens trying to get back their get back. But the reality is, their minds are so strong. You know, they knew how to block out. They knew how to feed it. They knew how to, you know, hold their emotions. And I didn't have the luxury all the time of, like, trying to get therapy. And I didn't have therapy for, like, a lot of those years because I ain't had no money. You know, I didn't have the resources, literally. And I asked, though, which led me into a deeper depression because I asked and I was told to pray. I asked. That's what set me, like, that set me so far down. Like, it was wild, right? And the reality is, like, I had to make better decisions. I had to make better decisions, bro. Like, I had to not be toxic. I had to be healthy. I needed to cut off anything toxic, anything healthy, anything that was not feeding where I needed to go. Because I told God, if you get me out of this, I'll tell people it was you. I'll never get on stage again and minister, right? I'll never preach again. I'll never rap about you in that capacity again. But I will tell everybody that my success comes from you. And that's just the reality of it. And I started off making better decisions. And which led to feeding my mental health way more than doing things that took away from it.
Right.
And when you remove yourself from a lot of things and people, you realize your life is more peaceful because a lot of drama comes from humans. A lot of your problems come from humans. So when you remove it, people say this thing, yo, I'm staying out the way. No, like I'm out the way. Nobody knows where I live. Nobody knows where I'm at. Like that's out the way. Like I'm not coming to this function. I'm not coming to this party. I'm like Drake said it. I gotta watch my back. I'm not just anybody. And that is real things for people. And that's not because you're like this millionaire guy or you're this top artist. It's like my energy is valuable. My time is valuable. I can't be there. I will not be there because it's not productive to where my growth is. I need to be the dumbest one in the room and the poorest one in the room. And if I'm not in those spaces, then it's not feeding me. You feel me? So like it was so many, for me, my journey was so unorthodox because there was so many things that I could pull from: my faith, therapy, the healthier village. I knew what to do, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what we don't be wanting to take responsibility. You know when you fucking up. You know where you dropping the ball at. You know you got to make better decisions. Discipline just hurts. Discipline is very uncomfortable. So like you can go to therapy, but if you're not actively implementing those tools, if you're not actively applying what you've learned, then you're just paying to talk to someone, right? Like we have to make better decisions. And like I still make horrible decisions, but they are not the same ones. Right. They're a new set of bad decisions, and they're not detrimental to my growth or my health anymore. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You know, like being in a store and putting your life on the line because we're all having bad days. Yeah. Like we should not do that. And I am going back to like full-time therapy. Yeah. Like I encourage my staff, I offer mental health benefits with my organization because it is very important. So like top of the year, I already have a list of people that I'm calling. You know, once I get the move, I just need to make sure it's in the area. But like I'm so in tune with that because now I'm at another level and I cannot solve these problems on the same level in which they was created. I need more tools.
Right. Man, you know what I loved about what you just said? One of the bars that you just mentioned is that if you don't implement what you learn in therapy, you're just paying to talk to somebody, bro. That is a fact.
Might as well rap. Just talk to yourself. Like, for real.
Bro, that's a fact.
You being hard-headed for the one person that's like,
really supposed to be, yo, it's crazy, bro. You know, the reason why I mention that is because I always tell people, I always say, listen, going to therapy is like going to college, right? Like, your therapist is there. You got an hour session, right? Just like when you're in college and you go into a lecture, right? You got an hour session or whatever the case may be. And you're going to get taught. But at the end of the day, all of that is going to be in one ear and out the other if you don't really practice it outside of class, outside of your sessions. If you don't study outside of class, what's going to happen when you get the test? You're going to fail it again.
It's all the same principles.
It's the same principle with therapy. If you don't implement what you learn outside of therapy, what's going to happen when you get mad again? You're going to have an emotional reaction just like you were having before you started therapy. Yeah. You got to implement what you learn, bro. And I really took time to like study healing, bro. Yeah. Like for real. Like that's why I can get on a platform and talk about my healing journey and my process and know that it's going to help somebody else because I've studied this shit, bro. Like I know that it works if you actually put the work in.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, like you said, discipline hurts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people want to like, this is the reason why. This person is the reason why. Yo, I was talking to my therapist today, man, and we were talking about a situation that I felt like I had no control over. Yeah. And she showed me like, yo, you have control. You just don't want to take control of this because this is a harder decision. I was like, fuck. Bro, most of us have control. If you look at your situation from a different angle or perspective, you got control over it, bro. Yeah. It's just you may not want to make the decision, but you have a decision that you can make. Yeah. There are few, and I mean, when I say few, I mean few, rare situations where you really have absolutely no decision that you can make. Yeah, 100%. But most situations, bro, you have a decision that you can make to either better it or change it in some way, shape, or form, bro. And I think a lot of us sometimes, like, it's hard for us to take that personal accountability because accountability is hard. Like, it's difficult, bro.
100%.
It's difficult to say, you know what, I'm gonna be accountable for being better.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just blame it on mom and dad, or my brother or my sister, or on my ex-girlfriend, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna take accountability on my own for actually being better and doing and making different decisions, better decisions for myself, bro.
And when you do that, you level up.
Yo,
it's a game changer.
Facts, bro.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, personal accountability changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
Actually deciding to say, you know what, I'm in charge of what happens, and I can make a decision that's gonna change my reality.
Yeah.
Change my life. Because now I'm not a victim anymore of my circumstance.
Yeah, at all.
You know what I'm
no
saying?
matter the circumstance.
No matter the circumstance, I control it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I try to teach people on the platform. Like, yo, personal accountability is beautiful, bro. Stop running from being personally accountable for your life.
Yeah.
Take charge. Because what ends up happening is now you're able to maneuver any situation in your life because you know that there is a route that you can take to better it.
Nah, that's a fact. And to piggyback off what you said, I was in the anger management class, and this OG, you know, I worked at this dealership, and they really triggered me a lot. Like, they just bothered me. And I expressed that in the class. You know what this OG said to me? He said, you control your environment. Changed my life. From that, literally, it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday in November, bro, in 2019. Changed my life. 2018 shifted everything for me, because at that moment I knew, like, oh, this person is disrupting my peace, but I'm allowing it.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, this is straight. Like, oh, I'm allowing them to get me upset. Like, I'm taking it personal. It is affecting my self-esteem. It's where I should esteem myself, but I'm allowing external factors to decrease something that's mine, right? And like, when he said that to me, all of that stuff just clicked. And like, that's like, all of those seeds really like were deposited and grown. Like, when people drop gems to me, it ain't one day out the other, because I'm a student. That's how I've survived. Like, always being a student. And it's just like, bro, but when you take that personal accountability and say, it don't matter who, like, I was in a situation that wasn't my fault, right? But it don't matter. You're here.
Right.
So own why you're here.
Right.
And learn from this and grow from this, and stop caring what people are saying if you're healing. Stop caring about your next step. And it's hard to do. It is very difficult, because as a black man, we care about what everybody says. I don't care. I don't know why people keep telling this lie. Like, yo, don't care what people say. Why? Why am I getting dressed in? Why do I spend why am I wearing designer? Why? I do like it. Yes, I do like it, but I also know y'all like me more for it. As a rapper, as this figure. Somebody, like another black leader, told me, like, yo, they gotta see it. I drive a Benz because people gotta see it. I wear Rolex because, not me, but this is what he's telling me, because people gotta see it. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. And that's horrible. That's horrible. But at the same time, it's like, all of these opinions don't matter, but why do they hold so much weight, for us? Like, why do we shape our world for, like, when you're going to post, because you're going to get to wear that fit. You got to get that shit off. Your algorithm hit at 5 p.m. Like, we know these things, right? And like, because we care what people are saying to a certain extent. Now, should it be to the extent that it interrupts us internally? No. And that is also something that I'm working through. Yeah. So like, I'm never going to show up like I'm perfect. I just know my healing journey worked. And it went from my personal life to my professional life. And now it is spinning out of control with blessings. I just came from Reform before I got here.
Oh, word?
Bro, they texted me last night, asked me to come speak. I drove here from Reform. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you start moving and healing, and it's genuine, because I don't want nothing from nobody. Like, this is from me. This is so personal. Me feeling better about myself, me loving and getting to know myself, and then treating you good because you deserve that, and not because you're treating me good or bad, right? Like, I respect you because you're a black man. This is your platform, and you're cool. Forget everything else. Like, I don't need to know you to respect you or value you, and we got to get out of that, right? So like, that's just a season I'm in, man. You see, I get real passionate about it because
I love it.
Like, bro, I shouldn't have been here. Some of us shouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
And like now we're in, 6-figure niggas. Like that's what I do. That's what I call myself, and that's what I create. Like, not everybody on my team is a nigga. So we might have to edit that, but like that's what people are, 6-figure niggas because of
what you
I
do.
showed up. Because I did not commit suicide, because I decided to heal, because I decided to go to therapy, because I trusted the small village around me. And just like your story. So, I know when, I don't know if we can say names, but David around you and show you the way that he speaks about your healing and the way that he speaks about your journey. Like, if we don't got those people around us, bro. And people say these things and it sounds so cliche, but dead ass. If you don't have the right people around you will drown. And what do you want to do right? It's 2022. We just watched the world go through a blip. So what are you going to do right now? You going to operate in healing, or are we going to continue to make jokes about being toxic?
Bro.
It's not funny.
Bro, it's always a joke until you at home by yourself and you ain't got no route towards the things that you want. It's all fun and games until it's 10 p.m. and the memes ain't hitting like they was hitting at 12. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm telling you, man.
It's all fun and games, bro, till you by yourself at home. And we love to try and put it on women or all these other people. But it's like, bro, like, it's you. It's you, bro. It's you holding back you. It ain't your ex. It ain't your baby mama. It ain't mom. It ain't dad. It ain't the cousin. You know what I'm saying? It's you, bro.
How do you feel? Not to cut your wisdom.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about being born into circumstance, right? Like, some people's trauma is coming from...
All people's trauma is coming from circumstance.
That's
when we talk about black people, right?
Yeah, all of us, right? But like, how do you... Some of us... I don't want to say it's a crutch because it's not, right?
Yeah, it's not a crutch.
We had to...
But we have different circumstances.
How do you approach that?
Here's the thing, right? I have certain advantages and privileges that other people don't have. Just being honest, right? I grew up with both my parents.
Is that a privilege, or is that shit what the standard should be?
Here's the thing. It should be the standard, but in our society, it's technically a privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's real.
Most of my bros grew up in broken families.
Yeah.
Like, they grew up where they not living with their pops.
Yeah.
Or they grew up where their moms is like wilding out.
Yeah.
Or they grew up where they have a bad relationship with their pops. I don't got that story. I love my pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just dipped out the crib. I was like, yo, dad, I'm about to go do a podcast. He's like, all right, cool. I said, hey, yo, I'm gonna be back late. He was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no issues,
love,
bro. I love
love.
my pops.
Yeah.
Say good morning to him every day. Right? Like, love my moms.
Yeah.
We have our issues here and there, but it's nothing like some of the things that other people go through. So I'm saying all that to say I grew up technically privileged.
Yeah.
Right? Trauma was still passed down to me, but I didn't grow up in a broken family.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I didn't grow up in a crazy, broken, dysfunctional family where I don't have mom or I don't have dad or I'm getting wildly abused.
Yeah.
All this different kind of stuff, right? I'm not saying that that's not a reason as to why you shouldn't be down or traumatized. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying we are adults now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are adults now. We get to choose and make the decisions that we want to make, right? And the longer that you keep on pointing a finger at somebody else is the longer that you're going to be stuck in the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to stop saying, yo, I'm fucked up because of my ex cheating on me.
Yeah.
It didn't take me long, but for some people, they still doing that.
Yeah.
4 years passed and
it hurts.
My ex cheated on me, so this the reason why I'm like this with all. Bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, we gotta heal past
come
that
on,
shit.
son. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, at some point in time, bro, when you gonna stop saying it's because of them?
Again, emotional intelligence.
Bro, it's emotional intelligence and also radical personal accountability, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to start coming to terms with the fact that, yo, there was certain decisions that I made that led to this happening.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when I talk about the cheating story, anybody listen to the podcast know exactly what I'm about to say from right when I talk about personal accountability. The cheating story, I stayed in that relationship for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm noticing red flags. My man's is talking to me almost every other month. He's like, yo, bro, you sure? Because, things are changing. You don't really sound like yourself. And I'm like, nah, bro, everything cool, bro. Everything's straight, bro. Because I didn't want to be alone.
Yeah. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be alone. So I just want to put up with what I could put up with so I could be in a relationship. Then we get to a point where a pandemic happens. Then I get cheated on. I'm not saying I'm at fault for getting cheated on.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is I could be man enough to hold myself personally accountable for ignoring the red flags.
Yeah.
Post the situation. I can't just say, oh, she's completely wrong and I ain't do nothing wrong. I don't got to change. And now I can't trust women. So next relationship, I'm going to make sure she has to jump through all these hoops in order to gain my trust. What kind of bullshit is that, bro?
Yeah, but that's the narrative we push.
That's the narrative that we push, but it's bullshit, bro.
It is.
Like, it really is. It truly is, bro. And I had to come to terms with the fact that I'm learning maladaptive, negative. I have negative learned behaviors as a result of this trauma.
Yeah.
And I can either continue to indulge in those behaviors and mess up future relationships, or I can hold myself accountable for doing the healing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It is.
And that's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, you are traumatized. Yes, things happen to you. Yes, you have to hold yourself accountable for doing the healing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, all of those are yeses.
Because at some point, man, you just got to wake up and be like,
yo, bro, I don't want to
stay here or you not.
Bro, I don't want to do this shit no more, bro. I don't. Like,
change isn't change until it hurts.
Bro.
When it hurts, like, yo, if I don't change, like, this is sickening, right?
Bro.
Like, that's when people change, but it's like, it's only because a revelation isn't going to hit until like you experience it for some people.
Yeah.
Like people they don't always learn by example. I've learned to learn by example. I see dumb shit. I'm good. You know, but facts. A lot of us grew up with the, touching the stove. But at some point in our life, we have to say, okay, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it's going to take discipline. I know it's going to be a challenge. But on the other side of discipline is everything that we imagine.
Bro.
And everything that we want. And it's attainable.
Bro.
Like, you've seen your life change with this platform.
Yeah.
I've seen my life change with my platform.
Yeah.
And it was a result of what? Healing.
Discipline and healing.
Discipline and healing.
I wanted you to connect those dots so bad. I'm glad you did, bro. Because when I started healing, bro, there were so many things I wanted to do before I was healing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was trying things out, and I tried the business, and Kizzle brand. I launched a Kizzle brand. I was doing merch. I was doing all these different things. It wasn't working, bro. Did that for 3 years.
Yeah,
it was not working. I couldn't figure out for the life of me why. I had the same amount of discipline, same amount of work ethic. I felt like I had the same amount of passion. Just was not working, bro. First year I get into therapy. I launched something. I started putting effort into it, same amount of discipline, started planning and strategizing. Doors started opening, bro.
Blessing.
Doors started opening. Then I started realizing, I'm like, yo, relationships that I wanted to be in started, you know what I'm saying? Like, those started appearing. Like, those opportunities started appearing for me.
Yeah.
And it's not because I was going out looking for it. I didn't look for anything. I just focused on me, and as a result of focusing on me, my reality started to change.
Fire.
And that's the thing that you mentioned earlier that I'm glad you connected because, bro, you just said it. You were like, yo, when I started healing, my career started changing, and now as a result, all these other things started changing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I say it. I don't want to say it this way, but I feel like sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other for some people. I'm glad you mentioned it because now it goes to show like, bro, what he's saying could be facts.
Nah,
it is facts.
This is the happiest I've ever been in my life. I've never in my life said I was happy. Literally ever in my life. And I performed in front of 20,000. I done made money, lost money, whatever. But this is the happiest I've ever been.
I love that.
And it's the simplicity of the stability and the healing and the peace.
Yeah.
Like it's the things that I thought I wanted to be like this famous rapper guy, but in reality I don't. Like I'm very shy, but like I do want to rap. So like, you figure out that balance, you figure out what drives you. What's your why now? Right? Because when I started moving in a healthy manner, one of the key things that I'm really good at is relationship building. A lot of my relationships got better. And now I'm in a professional setting and those relationships are getting better. So it's like you keep progressing because you start putting barriers of accountability around you. It's like, I bet. You know why I try to be a better partner?
Why?
Because I got to be a better boss. So how I'm going to be a good boss and a bad partner?
Yo.
You're a liar now. And I can't have that. Again, I'm stubborn, right? So if I say I'm working on this, right? If I say I'm this person, I need to be him. I need to be the person on stage and off stage, on Zoom and off Zoom, because I've done this separate and it don't work.
Yeah, bro.
Right? So when you're you and you can unapologetically walk in that, that's when you're going to start seeing that success. That glow is going to yo, bro, passion inspires passion. That glow is going to radiate. People are going to see that glow. Like, people saw me healing. I get comments under my pictures now like, yo, bro, your smile is real. Like, from men and women, right? Not no weird, like, yo, son, that smile is real, son. I remember when you was very unhappy, but nah, my smile is real. And nothing crazy is going on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't live in the penthouse and nothing right now. It's not like I don't have challenges, but it's like the way I deal with things, my perspective on things, gratitude comes first. No matter what, gratitude comes first.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. One thing that I always practice, especially now, I'm glad you mentioned gratitude. I definitely practice gratitude a lot. Like, I just had, I was just talking to my girl. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was in the car kind of yelling. And she's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" She's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm happy, bro. I'm genuinely happy, bro." I said, "I'm in my car right now."
Yeah.
People have cars that they prayed for. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a hoopty or a Benz, you at one point in time, that's all you wanted was that car, bro. I sat in my car for like a good 2 minutes. I was like, "Yo, bro, I'm so thankful for this car, bro." Like, I have my own car. I don't have to ask anybody to drive me around, whatever the case may be. I got my car and I can afford it. Everything is Gucci. Like, I have my job. I'm not struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I like, yo, I'm good right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I took time to really be grateful for that, bro.
Yeah.
How many times we just, boom, we hop in the car, speed off, go do what we need to go, come back, you know what I'm saying? And we just not even spending time being grateful for what we have, bro. So I try to spend time being grateful because, one, it brings more blessings. When you're grateful for what you have, you just get more. That's a law.
That's a fact.
But then two, also, it helps me to slow down. And as a black man, bro, we don't take time to slow down, bro.
Yeah.
We really don't take time to slow down. It's like, all right, cool, I got to do this, then I got to do this. I just accomplished this goal, but I'm only spend 2 minutes thinking about it. Then I got to work on this next thing. And it's like, yo, bro, cool, I get it. Don't be satisfied. I get all that, bro. Like, I understand that you want to work towards new things. But, bro, at some point in time, you got to spend time being grateful for what you do have, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, like, what's going to end up happening is you're going to want more and more and more and more, not realize what you have, and you're going to be miserable.
Absolutely.
That's what ends up happening. You're miserable with all these things that you once was, those are things that you only wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Look at celebrities. Like,
yo, facts.
Overdosing on drugs, kill themselves.
Bro, and people think that they're so much better than these celebrities. Like, yo, if I had that, I'd never get to that point. Like, bro, yes, you would, bro.
I was in LA for a day. That was too fast for me. They live too fast.
They live wild.
Yo, but nah, real talk, family. Real talk. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And it's like, how do we get there? How do we stay there?
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? Like, and what you're doing in Safe Haven, I'm sorry if I said it wrong.
Nah, Safe Haven. Yeah.
Safe Haven and what the platform that you guys are building are allowing people like myself to like sit down and share our story. Like, I don't give a damn. I'm sharing my story. Like, nobody could look at me no less because of my, my story or my moment or I call it my season of depression, because literally tripled my worth.
Bro.
So,
yeah, bro.
I don't know. Like,
bro, listen,
heal
man.
people. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. I'm so glad, man. I'm really happy to have you on. I know you got to go soon, so I want to ask you this last thing, bro. So for those of you, for the people that are really struggling right now, that's like, yo, bro, I don't know what I need to do. Like, I don't know where to go from here. I know you dropped a lot of game, a lot of gems. What's one thing that you would tell them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that you feel like can help them in this season that they're going through.
So many things, and people will hit you with the haymaker right now, right? Like, I could say things like, don't fold or trust your God,
The cliches.
Yeah, the cliches that are very true. You're going through hell, keep running.
You said that earlier.
Yeah, yo, somebody said that. Like I told you, I pick up things.
Yeah.
Like it'd be random stuff. You pick up stuff and like, wait, yes,
Yeah. Facts, yeah.
All I would say is that you're here, and take a moment to really understand what that means. It's like, despite everything thrown at you, despite the circumstance you were born into, despite the decisions that you have made that might have contributed to where you are now, you're here. And if you can make it to tomorrow, you're going to say the same thing. And if you can make it to next year, you're going to say the same thing. So, like, be present in the fact that you already are the victorious one. Be present in the fact that you already win. You already win. You're just literally writing the story now. And like, you have the pen. And like, from today, I can say I'm here, but tomorrow, this is where I want to be. Right. And then give yourself the grace to miss the step. But every day you're working towards being better. So I would just say, be present, be here. Like you made it here. You made it here. Why? Why fold? Why fold? Like, you ever seen the meme of the two guys digging for the diamond and one guy turns around? Bro, they be cliche, but it's not facts, cliche.
Bro, that's
you're
facts.
Here. So imagine if that one decision of I'm going to therapy did not happen. What if you did not have the discipline? What if you ain't make the time? What if you ain't want to spend the money? You would have never sown a seed to help over 300 Black men find mental health resources. Do you know what that means? That is putting emotion and intelligence back into our hood and back into our community. That means that we will be fed. That would mean that spiritually, mentally, that means we'll be safe. That means there's a narrative. That means fathers are showing up. That means fathers are home. That means we in the school. That means it's the PTA president. That's what that means again. What the Black Panthers in them, the seeds they sown, that we was shaking shit. Harlem was shaking shit. Black people own communities. We had these things. They redlined us. They stripped us systemically to make us feel less valuable. Us and other people of color. Like, they do that to us. And now we hate ourselves. And now we violent towards each other. And now we do things that devalue each other. We argue about Black women and Black men who loves or supports or hate each other more. When the reality is, if we just healed individually and saw each other's value, this is not the end all be all. But from my perspective, like, we're start seeing a change. I'm seeing it. Mental health is popular. Mental health is not something Black men are running from anymore. Right. Like, this is a conversation we need to have, because we've been going through, some of us been raped. Like, we've been through some shit that y'all said was normal, and in reality it was not. You feel what I'm saying? So now is the time. Know that we're here. You're here. But just keep pushing through, because you got to keep saying that. Yeah, man. I love that. That was beautifully said, bro. Man, I was gonna add to that, but I ain't got absolutely nothing to add to that, bro. The only thing I was gonna say, man, is I'm appreciative of having you here, bro. We haven't even really talked about the work that you do with Emergent Works, man. Yeah, like, I'll tell you a few. Tap in, bro. Tell people what you do, bro. And make sure y'all get that members only Angie Regime, Army Regime too. I was gonna give you that time too. That album coming. But when it's dropping, it'll be out. But Emergent Works, like, what we're doing is we're providing access to technology and tech education to communities impacted by mass incarceration. And we also build technology for individuals and organizations working to serve the movement to end mass incarceration. The abolitionist movement, like, we've built an app called Not 911, which is a community alternative to calling the police. We did like a first stage iteration of it, got a lot of support, viral support. We're currently in partnership with a National Bail Fund Network to work on the Bail Fund app. Big app that allows people to get access to bail money for pretrial and immigration detention. So, like, I have a staff of 13, and 64% of my team is system impacted. So just imagine the impact is having an engineer that needed bail now build an app for those that need it, right? So, 3 things that we're trying to push is closing the digital divide, decreasing the racial wealth gap and increasing economic mobility. And this tech is one way Black people can learn skills, high value skills, and use them across many different industries, because every industry is the tech industry. You cannot have a business and not have an online presence.
That's a fact.
Like even down to the mechanic in your neighborhood, right? Like old Sal. Like we gotta text him or make an appointment somehow. So, really getting people in the door, watching people come from 6 years in prison to 6 figures. You cannot tell me that we're not culture. You can't tell me we're not valuable. And I'm talking about Black women. The most successful mentees in our program are Black women.
Yo, facts.
Women of color. Like every time they just smoke shit. That's what they do. They're superheroes in real life. Women are superheroes. And like we get to serve that. And we get to, meet them where they are. Our programs are free. We have a music program. We pay mentees to join. And if you... we definitely going to build with you. I want to connect our mentees with your services, especially our youth. We work with youth. We just got invited to teach our own workshops in the juvies in New York City. So, we hands-on, bro. We hands-on. We really want to see people healing. And then when you speak to these kids that's on demon time, bro, it's really me and you.
Yeah.
It's really me and you with just a little more grit, bro. Because I ain't had that much. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have that much. I don't care, bro, in my heart. So,
but you know what's crazy though, bro? Like when you speak to those kids, all it takes is a little care for them to like let that
be consistent.
guard down. Yeah, bro.
Let them know you care.
They just never had somebody that let them know, like, yo, bro, you don't have to be this way.
Yeah, and you're valuable.
A lot of times they never had that, bro.
Yeah. So, definitely we're going to follow up and connect those dots.
Yeah.
But, the community work is nothing but an extension of the healing.
Yeah.
And, now that I'm leading this organization and get to serve this community, it's and you can ask them. You can ask my team. You can ask, like, I could walk out the room and they're going to tell you, like, all I care about is healing. Like, we got to get work done, but, like, make sure that we not overworking, underworking. Like, don't do anything toxic here.
Yeah.
And we don't always get it right, but I'm very intentional about making sure it is a safe space because they are returning citizens and like people need space to ask questions and be themselves. So I'm just grateful that God allowed me to be in this position to serve. I'm grateful that I could still make music. I'm grateful that I got a village. I felt so alone for so many years, bro. Like real loneliness. Like it was horrible. Like it was loud. The voices was loud. And now I have a village, of people that really care about me. Like send me your location. Let me make sure you get there good. Like, and that's because they're not playing. And it's not because I'm the breadwinner. That's the difference. Because I wake up to Cash App requests. But, I'm happy to be a resource at the same time. But like when people genuinely care about you, bro, like, I don't know. Like I'm an orphan, so it does something different for me. Like, I mean, like, and that's my problem too. Because if you fuck with me, it's easy to manipulate me because I'm loyal forever. You know what I mean? So like, I be loyal to a fault. So I had to learn boundaries because I be forgiving people for shit that we should be fading over.
Yeah.
Yo,
put them onto the album, bro.
Yo, listen, man.
You didn't give a good enough ad for that. Put them onto the album, bro. Yeah.
Listen, on top of all of this healing, we really rap.
Yeah, he raps, bro.
Like we really rap.
Like good.
And the beautiful part is it's a part of the healing. Like it's therapeutic writing. And like I love that I never gave up I never gave up writing in music through depression.
Okay.
I never did it.
Okay.
It carried me.
Yeah.
That's how I was functioning. Like, my career was taking off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you can't give up because you really don't know who you're going to become.
Bro.
You really have no idea
I like how you connected that.
You're going to become because you just have to do the journey.
Yeah.
And like, now me and Angie dropping a project called Members Only, and it's only for winners. It's only for the healed. You're not going to understand any of these lyrics unless you have started the journey to heal. Before we used to put out ambitious music.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get this. We're going to be this. Then it went to like pain music. Oh, I'm healing through this. And then it's like aspirational. It's like, we're coming out of this. We're here now. We've arrived. And it's full of gratitude. Watch when you hear it. Like we have, bro. I don't want to spoil it.
I gotta get the pre-order. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but like, it is going to be very clear that we wrote this out of the spirit of gratitude.
I love that. What's the name of it, bro?
Members only.
Members only.
Because it's not for anybody. It's not for everybody. It's for the healed.
Okay. How do they get it?
You can go to iTunes right now and pre-order Members with a Z, Members Only, or you can type in Angie Regime, Army Regime. Go to iTunes, not Apple Music. Like, streams are cool, but buy the music.
Buy the music.
$9.99. I'm really grateful for you guys. We're charting.
Okay.
We on the iTunes chart, pre-order chart. We're charting 71. That's a week of promo. You know, so we beating out artists that's been promoting for some months now. But that goes to show, when you heal and you connect yourself with real people, how it all comes together. But again, Kizu, like, I gotta just like give you your flowers and thank you, not just for allowing me to be up here and talk about EW and you know, regime and stuff, and like the mental health journey. People are scared of these convos, but I want to thank you for, you know, being sure. Being sure. This is not attractive. Talking about this and making platforms about this. It's not sexy because like people don't want us to heal. Us healing means strength and community and a shift in the narrative. So I want you to stay encouraged that even if the chips don't fall how we saw it fall, like God did this, you know, for a reason, and God has you here to allow you to have other black men and leaders, black leaders in the space for us to have a platform, but also use your services to heal. So just want to continue to, you know, just speak life over to you. Take this far. Like, take this, bro. Beyond. This gotta be an international thing. Yeah, bro. You know?
Listen, man.
We here. Africa need this.
Bro.
We need this.
Bro, I'm Ghanaian, bro. Trust and believe me. That's in the plans, bro. You gotta start in the US though. You gotta start in the US.
At home. Home. I use that loosely.
Yeah, it ain't home. But we start in the US. But Ghana is home. It's definitely gonna hit Ghana, bro, at some point in time. I'm actually supposed to be going to Ghana in February. We'll see if that actually happens. But I'm definitely supposed to be going to Ghana in February. So that's gonna be my first time there. I've never been there before, so it's gonna actually be a dope trip. But yeah, definitely, bro. International is gotta be, bro. Gotta be. Yeah, man. I'm at a point right now, bro, where like we're at 270 people in Safe Haven right now, bro. Whew. 270 people, primarily black men, bro. Right? Like, I just never imagined. I never would have imagined, bro. 2 years ago, starting this, that we'd have a subscription platform connecting black men with therapy and resources that they need. Yeah. And that we'd have 250 people within the first, six to 8 months. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I just never thought that was something that would be marketed, that we could be able to market to black men, bro. But black men are interested, bro.
Yeah, they lying.
More than interested, bro. 1,000 people registered for that webinar, bro.
And that's a stat. That's a stat. That means that we want the information.
Yo, we do, bro. So we got to stop sitting out here. Don't let people tell you black men don't want to heal, bro. I put up a post. I was just like, yo, bro, a lot of these solutions, these mental health solutions aren't marketed to black men properly. Let me ask you this right now, bro. And I might make this a segment when I talk to black men. Have you ever seen a mental health ad specifically geared towards you?
Never.
Never in your life.
Not even an internet ad.
That means we are not marketing these services to black men. 100%. And then we're turning around and saying black men don't want to heal. You've never marketed. You never tried marketing it. The first year I actually tried intentionally marketing it, bro, I got more than 100 black men to sign up on Black Friday, bro.
Powerful.
That goes to show when you actually are intentional about doing it, black men will show up.
Nah, real talk. And my senior, that I know, you know, we wrapping up, but like my senior, the reason why he was able to come back and connect with me and come to the jobs because he went to therapy over those years. And like he made that very clear. Like, I went to therapy. I'm ready to build with you. Like on top of this relationship with God. But he made it very clear. I went to therapy. You know, and I had to salute that, bro. Like,
absolutely, bro. We need it though. Like, we absolutely do need it, bro. And my challenge to people in the mental health field is stop thinking that just because you have a therapy practice or you have a solution or that you know what you're talking about, that black men should automatically trust you and invest in your services. Start marketing yourself.
Yeah.
Market yourself and market your solutions.
Yeah.
I technically shouldn't even be saying this because I can just market it and just get the entire, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I want more Black men to have access to these things. So I want more Black therapists, more Black mental health professionals to start marketing their services, market what you do, figure out marketing. You are a business owner. Yeah. You're an entrepreneur. Once you have a practice, you are an entrepreneur. This is what comes with it. I ain't know how to market. I didn't go to school for business. I went to school for computer science.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I was taught how to be a 9-to-5 worker, how to code. You know what I'm saying? How to design code, how to design systems. I wasn't taught how to market these things. I had to learn. I had to learn how to sell to Black men. I used to think Black men didn't buy.
Yeah.
I told my girl that all the time. I'm like, yo, babe, this is the worst industry for me to be in because if I was with Black women would have bought this, no questions asked. Black women buy everything. I should just switch over to Black women. Black women are going to buy this. And then God was like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You think I'm going to have you do all this? And then, bro, this Black Friday really taught me like, yo, bro, like Black men buy, bro. I will never listen to anybody that says Black men don't buy and invest in their healing. Yeah. That's a lie.
Powerful.
That's a lie, bro. We just aren't marketed to.
Yeah.
We aren't marketed to, bro.
Give us a chance, man. We
want
to hear.
Facts. Facts, bro. Give us facts, bro. Or don't. I'm going to keep marketing.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep marketing.
That's a fact. Like, it has to happen, it needs to happen, and will happen.
Facts.
That's the reality, man.
Yeah,
so
bro.
You keep pushing the envelope and you keep pushing that line. And for the rest of us that are, you know, in the community and doing the work, y'all too, us too. Like, we keep doing it and make sure that we work together to champion each other, but also rely on these resources. So, like I said, you know, EW is definitely going to find a way to connect with Express Yourself Black Men. You know, we got a lot of Black men in our community coming home, you know, trying to get right back on their 2 feet. So like these are the ways that it comes together organically too. So really, again, just grateful to be here. Grateful for Express Yourself Black Men. Grateful for the village too. Shout out Nisha. You know what's up.
Listen, man, this has been a dope episode, man. Can you tell the people, please, where they can find you, how they can support you? I know you talked about the album, Emergent Works. Anything else, bro? So
you could go to emergentworks.org. For all things Emergent Works, for the music, again, Angie Regime and Army Regime, members only. And you can follow me on the socials at AYE__AR. So again, AYE__AR. And make sure y'all tapped into that webinar in January. Make sure that you following Express Yourself Black Man in Safe Haven and making sure that you taking advantage of these services, because this is how we're going to shift the narrative.
Absolutely. And the Army Regime, just for y'all that are a little bit illiterate, that don't know how to spell, it's REGIME. IME. All right. So don't be out here typing it. I can't find it. Oh my God.
I get it a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, REGIME, and it's Army, ARMY. Army Regime. Get on iTunes. Go and pre-order. Members only. Members with a Z. Members only. Support the art. Bro.
Appreciate you, King.
Appreciate you, for real, bro.
One of many, man.
Yes,
we about to build
again,
Black excellence, people.
All right, y'all see I'm in a suit. I am never in a suit, but today is a special day. We just signed a contract with 2 Black organizations. They're gonna offer therapy and medical care to Safe Haven and the Express Yourself Black Man platform. We're partnering with both Whole Brother Mission and the Healthcare Plug. I'm gonna have Malik, the CEO of Whole Brother Mission, and Simone from the Healthcare Plug explain exactly what that partnership means.
I'm Malik Blade, CEO of the Whole Brother Mission. We are a nonprofit offering mental health services to Black men nationwide. We have a network of over 3,000 mental health professionals. We're offering an exclusive low price for therapy to members of Safe Haven and free group therapy. All you need to do is join the low-cost therapy group. And there's more. We're not just focused on your mental health, we're focused on creating a space for holistic healing. So I'm about to pass it over to Simone so she can tell you how the Healthcare Plug is doing that.
Hey, I'm Simone Kenya, CEO of the Healthcare Plug, the nation's first medical concierge service for Black and Brown communities. Our goal is to increase the access that marginalized groups have to the highest healthcare quality possible. Of our partnership with Express Yourself Black Man, We're offering free round-trip transportation, assistance with getting signed up for affordable insurance plans, and physician referrals. So we'll get you plugged in with Black and brown doctors in your area. All you have to do is sign up for Safe Haven and join the Medical Concierge Group.
Safe Haven is the only platform where Black men can get access to a support network of other Black men that can relate to exactly what they're going through. And on top of that, they get access to low-cost therapy, the free medical concierge service, free group therapy, and a personal finance group with information on how you can take your situation financially to the next level. So at this point, why are you not in Safe Haven? So if you're ready to start taking your healing and your life seriously into the next level, join Safe Haven. The link is in my bio.
Sometimes I know you feel like you ain't got nobody to speak to. A shoulder to lean on, somebody you could preach to. No, you need to hear it, my brother, I love you. We got way too much to live for. We got way too much to live for.